Peace and grand rising to the sovereign, original, indigenous, natural, divine heirs. Today is August the 8th, 2023 on the ancient moon calendar, 2024 on the ancient sun calendar, and we come before you today to place some documentation on the public record by way of Article 3, Universal Court Action. All rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity and according to the ancient Noahide laws as stated by this holy court. This is a sovereign living ancient Article 3, Moorish American Al-Moroccan Universal Court Action. We are sovereign living justices and ego sum Pauline Denise Ritchie. My free chosen sovereign appellation is Light Tajiri Bay. All are in capitis diminution nolo. In red ink, in propria persona sui juris, in proprio solo, and in proprio heredes. We are capit et corpus juris legalis, which is our statement that we are the lawful and legal living natural head and body for our empire. All Moors are the original indigenous, sovereign, ancient, Al-Moroccan, Moorish American ascendants of the great pharaohs of Kemet and of the ancient Moabites, Canaanites, Israelites, Hamathites, Cushites, and Hittites. Our full faith and trust, our allegiance, our honor, our credit, and our energy are hereby vested in ourselves, for we are the people who are the original indigenous, natural, divine, sovereign, ancient empire state for Morocco. We're the de jure Moorish National Republic federal government. We're ancient Washington, District for Columbia. We're the Universal Moorish American Consulate and the Earthwide, Article 3, Moorish American Consular Court. Today, we are exercising the law by our sovereign status, which is the original indigenous, natural, divine, sovereign, ancient, Article 3, living United States District for Columbia Court. And we are the sovereign fiduciaries, original creditors, executors, trustees, ministers, possessors, entitled trustors, and entitled beneficiaries for this cause for action and for all causes for action. We are peace, we are one nation, one state, one empire, and one God. We hereby recognize ourselves and accept our sovereign ascension. We do hereby possess in our custody all land, all natural resources, and all commerce. We, the one true God nation, are not at war, and we hereby exercise all eternal, ancient, original sovereign rights at this time and at all points in time, nunc pro tunc. So the documentation that we want to place on the public record begins with a Universal Commercial Code 1 lien that was placed on the public record on October the 18th, 2018. This lien was placed on the United States Postal Service Corporation, the United States Post Office Corporation, and the Universal Postal Union Corporation, quote unquote, and those are in quotes, because corporations cannot govern. And so what we will do is show you this lien, which has since been the lien has been revised, and the revisions are nunc pro tunc, which means the revisions are retroactive back to October the 18th, 2018, when this was placed on the public record. This lien is approximately 49 pages, with 46 of those pages being named debtors. There are approximately 5,000 debtors listed on this documentation. All 5,000 or so of these debtors were all at one place or listed under one corporation. And so we just went ahead and listed all of the persons for this particular cause for action. And so what we will do is quickly go through this document and just show you the persons listed as debtors by name. And then once we go through this document, we will then move forward to the levy. We first do a lien in our processes to state the claim. Liens state a claim. Liens say that there is some property, some commerce, some natural resource that is ours that is being fraudulently claimed by debtors and corpses and corporations. And then we follow that up with other documentation to include the levy that we will show here on the public record as well. And the difference between a lien and a levy is that, again, a lien states a claim. A lien states who is the creditor and who is the debtor. And then a levy is the seizure of the property. And so we'll go ahead and go through this lien and then move on to the levy. And then we have a couple of other documents that we want to place on the public record as well, in alignment with this lien and the levy. Just one moment. We want to make sure we show all of the debtors here. And by the way, when debtors are listed on a lien, that also includes, as it states here, agents, principals, heirs, assigns, and any derivatives thereof. So there are 5,000 persons listed on this lien. And then, of course, there's all of the heirs to those persons, there's the assigns, there's the principals, agents, and any derivatives thereof. And so that could end up being 100,000 persons, or more. So, when our liens are filed and placed on the public record, we first file them with our own court. Okay. And then once we file them with our own court, because our courts are the highest courts at earth, we are Article 3 Universal Supreme Courts. We're the world court. We're the earth court. We're the supreme judge for the earth and for the world, as mentioned in the Declaration for Independence. There are no courts higher than the Moors at earth, the original indigenous people. And that's every original indigenous living being, sovereign on the earth, is that same court. And so with that being stated, let's move now to the levy, which is the seizure order or the seizure command. This command is an internal revenue command. It is a treasury command. And so this immediate tax levy and seizure, this is notification that all property, to include electronic and intellectual property previously claimed by said debtor, and all agents, principals, heirs, assigns, and any and all derivatives thereof, is hereby levied or seized to the creditor stated above. As of August 3rd, 2018, we have not received the overdue tax after sending several notices. Because the stated validated debt has not been paid, which is past due, we have levied, seized all property and all rights to property. The creditor stated above is the original creditor. Amount past due and outstanding, 100 million gold United States dollars, nominated in gold, silver, and legal tender in alignment with Article 3, United States Court Action and Ruling of Fraud and Failure to State Jurisdiction, as well as Tort 12.309, in favor of the people. The Universal Commercial Code 1 Lien affidavit dated August 3rd, 2018, has an identifier number, MACW CAUSE 000000015. United States Post Office Certified Tracking Return Receipt Number 950551 6201 7682 1436 5846 and 950551 6201 7682 1436 5822. Total levy amount is 100 million gold dolarium dollars nominated in lawful and legal tender, gold and silver, property and other as stated by the creditor. Due to the stated debtor's inability and failure to pay the stated tax debt, all property, to include all account numbers, are hereby created new, nationalized, positioned in the possession and custody of and for the United States, possessing custodial internal revenue, and those numbers and that property is hereby activated. Enclosed is the United States writ for entry for all property stated properly into the United States port with delivery address or mailing location as final destination for all property. This affidavit statement is effective immediately upon all debtors, agents, principals, heirs, assigns, and any and all derivative debtors thereof. Inclusive in this statement is revocation for all travel and transportation documents that is effective at the appointed time and according to the Internal Revenue Law 2018.01, to include judicial revocation and abolishment for all of the following: U.S. passports, driver licenses, and all other U.S. licenses, permits, certificates, bonds, insurance, and all other. State and federal driver's licenses and all others shall be immediately reinstated for individuals by written request. And for complete details, send request to United States Travel and Transportation Ministry, 911 Southwest 314th Place, Federal Way, Washington. With honor, Pauline Denise Ritchie, fiduciary, truster, attorney, in fact, and Chief Justice, Internal Revenue. And then we do have a second document added to that with some law stated here as well. Notification, it says here, all locations are ancient land locations. All addresses are living corporate Cetus Trust addresses. And then we did state 31 United States Code, subsection 1501, as well as Title 12 United States Code 95A Part B2 regarding full acquittance and discharge. We also stated the Constitution for the United States, Article 1, Section 9. Money shall be paid from the Treasury in alignment with national appropriations made by law. We also stated Romans the 13th chapter, verse 6. If revenue, then revenue. That's regarding taxes being revenued. And then we also stated Job, the 32nd chapter, verse 21, except no man's person. And once the levy had been placed on the public record, we've already placed it on the public record, and we're doing so again, as we are the United States internal revenue since ancient times, since time immemorial into perpetuity. Additionally, once we've placed the levy on the public record, and we're just giving you the order of events that have already been done, then we demonstrate a bond, a general services bond. And so we place here on the public record, in alignment with the lien and the levy, a general services living bid bond, living action bond, and living payment bond. United States Post Office creditor bond 410760000. This is a writ affidavit. This bond also includes the United States Postal Service. It includes all banking, account, and monetary instruments. It includes United States Marshal possession and custody mandamus and writ for entry to United States ports. So as we're bringing things into our ports here at America, ancient America, which is also Al-Morocco or ancient Morocco, we are launching the property and the commerce and the natural resources and all that is on our ancient land. We're launching that to the United States Creditor Treasury Bond 2025923 that was placed on the public record as well. And you can note some of our previous videos for that particular proof of receipt. And really quickly, we also want to, before we go into this lien, what we want to do is show, let's see. We did have just one moment. We did have, here's what we want to show. And this is just one moment. So this is one of the proofs that we just mentioned regarding positioning in the Treasury 70212720000108 863111, and that was affirmed, delivered, and received July 27, 2023 at 11 a.m. And so that is the United States Creditor Treasury Bond 2025923 is aligned with that delivery. With that being stated, we will go through this bond really quickly. So United States for America lien release for all living escrow property, United States Post Office and United States Postal Service. We've placed the bond number here for all living actions for the United States government, Mandamus number 410760000, which is in alignment with this number, this creditor bond number. And we won't read through all of this. What we will do, though, is go ahead and show you this document from start to finish. It has already been stamped and sealed and signed as well, and we're placing it on the public record yet again in alignment with the lien and the levy. Liens and levies are they are removal and proper claiming and due process, and then these bonds, the bid bond, payment bond, and action bond, secure, or they state the security of these, the post office and the postal service, where gold and silver and legal and lawful money is concerned. And when we say legal, we mean legal in the ancient sense of the word. Here we've listed all accounts, routes, communications, networks, numbers, letters, signs, sounds, sigils, structures, energies, and accessories, and all other. And here this creditor bond is allonged and aligned according to United States Creditor Treasury Bond 2025923. And then there is insurance here, reinsurance for trust entitlement bond payment, United States Post Office and United States Postal Service. It's dated August the 3rd, 2023, or 2023, August 3. This bond mandamus has no limit, as you can see. It is valid at all states. This is a restated document, so we're not using anyone else's forms. We've restated this form from start to finish. And now it's an original writ affidavit. This bond mandamus covers all post office and postal service, mobile devices, communications, accounts, structures, transportation, travel, networks, numbers, letters, signs, sounds, sigils, energies, accessories, and all other are United States property into perpetuity. Bond sum, this bond has no limit, which is 100% of the bond value. And gold is the surety. And so once the bond is placed on the public record, we follow that bond up with the following. We have here on the screen a United States Quash writ affidavit. This United States Quash writ affidavit, once the lien has been done on the use of all dead letter homonyms, we then quash those dead letter homonyms. A dead letter homonym is something, for example, the all caps names of any corpses, any dead entities, any shell corporations that were previously being used by the foreign dead entities. First, we lien all of that and state clearly that they are the debtor, and then we quash all of the use of dead letter homonyms. To all offices and persons in the United States, and we say in the United States because right now we're at the level that is beneath the nationality level. We're now at the lower levels, clearing out and cleaning out and doing things there. Okay, that is our ministry work, is to clear and clean any corruption out of anything that we're doing. And again, you know, our land was never corrupt. There were entities who gave the appearance of corruption by doing things on paper, but paper was the only place that corruption had any appearance. And so that's what liens and levies are all about, and court actions and terminating any corrupt or lienable commerce. And I'll put that in air quotes because it's not real commerce. It's debtor U.S. fiat commerce, which is not real. This Quash writ affidavit says, whereas this writ for action and affidavit for truth is hereby placed on the public record to state that all dead letter homonyms are void ab initio, eternally quashed, and shall not be made by any one nor any person on land, air, or water, in alignment with Title I, United States Code, subsection 1, entitled Words Noting Number, Gender, and so forth. In determining the meaning of any law stated by Congress, words stating the singular may include and apply to several persons, parties, or things. Words stating the plural may include the singular. Words stating the feminine include the masculine as well. Words stated in the present include the future and the past as well as the present. The words competent and competent persons shall include every noble original person compos mentos. The words person and whoever may also include may include corporations, companies, associations, firms, partnerships, societies, and joint stock companies, as well as individuals as intended. Officer includes any original person authorized by law to perform the duties for the office. Signature or subscriptions includes a mark when the person making the same intended it as such. Affirmation includes oaths, and affirmed includes sworn. What does that mean? Because we know we don't do oaths, and we don't swear, and we don't do any of that. What we're doing now is saying, since we've leaned all the fraud and the corruption, any Moors or original indigenous people, because some took oaths and they had good intention in doing so, we want to include them in all that we're doing. Some did not know that we don't swear oaths. Who would we swear to? There's no one higher than us. Who we take an oath to? There's no need for us to take an oath. We are one by bloodline and birthright. But some Moors felt that they should do that. Okay, we want to ensure that they are protected as well. Writing includes printing and typewriting and original productions of visual symbols by photographing, multigraphing, mimeographing, manifolding as intended by the original persons. Original persons are persons that we control, that we create, that have capital letters in them. Okay, this law is effective at all times and retroactively nunc pro tunc. Honor Pauline Denise Ritchie, Chief Justice and Fiduciary, United States, and then the offices notified among all the public: United States District Court, United States Supreme Court, United States Marshal Office, and the Treasury. And again, all of those offices are our offices. So we're not even talking to foreigners. We're talking about Moors, our offices, our resources, and our subjects. Islam. And so once this quash has been placed on the public record, which we're placing it on the public record now, we've done so in the past, and we're going to continue to do that. Now we're going to take a look at public works and public service documents regarding the post office, the postmaster, and the chief executive officer for post office and postal service responsibilities. We have done the study, and as everyone is aware, we've already placed on the public record that all Moors are the postmasters and all Moors are the chief executive officers for all corporations, because everything was used and taken by way of our own vast estate. So let's take a look at this document. United States Post Office. This is from the Postmaster's office. It's dated March 21st, 2023. United States Post Office Public Service Attachment Writ and Quo Warranto Mandamus Restitutio Affidavit. Pauline Denise Ritchie and all Moors can put their holy sovereign-born appellations here. We use our sovereign-born appellations that our mother gave us because that is where the estate is located. And then the L's, the Bays, the Al's, Ali's, and Days is for our national IDs, our name change and judicial proclamations, and also our writs and affidavits that are on Moorish government letterhead, and we'll show you one of those here shortly. This United States Postmaster and Chief Executive Officer writ and affidavit is in alignment with both our fiduciary, trustor, trustee, attorney with facts, affidavit, and this, again, what you see on the screen here is an example of Moorish government affidavits that have been placed on the public record that, again, it states our authority, but our authority was ours from the very beginning. Okay. And then it's been accepted, recorded, and filed at all county courts and clerks, county clerks' offices, because we know we're all the county clerks and et cetera, as well as the District for Columbia. It's also been validated by the Treasury, the Currency Controller's Office, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation Office, which is ours. All of these are ours. And the United States Supreme Court and the United States District Courts as well. So with that being stated, let us look now at this Postmaster document. The following information is regarding the above stated office and the newly appointed United States Postmaster, Pauline Denise Ritchie. And again, all Moors are appointed United States Postmasters. That is actually, that's not something that where we have a choice and we can do it or leave it to foreigners. No, we can't leave it to foreigners. It must be done by the Moors. United States Post Office Employer Identification Number. We have done the research and the study on some of the pay codes, the appointment codes, the Senate approved House resolution codes and things of that nature. So we do want to make you aware of those and place them on the public record. United States Post Office Employer Identification Number is 410760000. The Employee and Labor Relations Part 410, Pay Administration Policy, and Title 39, United States codes regarding the Postmaster are effective here. The United States Postmaster Office is a peacetime and public trust receivership appointment starting June 6, 2023. And this is retroactive. We've always been the Postmasters. Senate approved House Resolution 17070. And then we've noted the provisions here regarding the duties, powers, and functions, and where that comes from. And let's just note here for the record, and I'll just read that part because it's really important. Each and every part of this is important. All orders, determinations, rules, regulations, permits, contracts, certificates, licenses, and privileges which have been issued, made, granted, or allowed to become effective under any provision of law stated by this law, or in the exercise of duties, powers, or functions which are transferred under this law, by any department or agency, any functions of which are transferred by this law, or any court for competent jurisdiction. This is the most important part of this whole statement here, of this whole provision. There are no courts of competent jurisdiction aside from our Article 3 Moorish American Al-Moroccan ancient courts at America, unless we say this is a court. And all courts are lower courts. Um, those courts belong to us as well, and so we're not being derogatory with regard to those courts. What we are doing is stating that we're the head for all courts. And it says here, which are in effect at the time of the United States Post Office commences operations, shall continue in effect according to their terms until modified, terminated, superseded, set aside, or repealed by the United States Post Office in the exercise of any authority vested in it by this law. So here, let's just make a couple of changes here. Okay. So now, further, this document states here, the office title is United States Postmaster, United States Post Office. Office level is Senior Executive Officer 1. Public trust receivership salary is $333,333.33 per annum. United States dollars, Swiss francs, bank credits, trust credits, legal and lawful money at will. All earnings are paid in alignment with the Constitution for the United States 1789 and 1791, to include gold and silver coin and gold-backed money in the lawful format as stated by the United States Post Office. Public trust receivership position location is nationwide, and United States Post Office, 1815 Southwest Campus Drive, Federal Way, Washington. That is a land address. Public trust receivership nature, peacetime, national public trust. Public trust receivership duration, 4 years at will. Public trust receivership work schedule at Postmaster's discretion. And most who are already doing Postmaster duties, because many of us have been doing Postmaster duties for years. And so those that are doing Postmaster duties already work many, many hours in support of the people and the public in doing so. Public trust receivership probationary period, none. Peacetime security clearance obtained, yes. Peacetime security clearance level, top secret to include Q access authorization for restricted data is defined in the 1954 Atomic Energy Law. National security sensitivity level 3 and level 4. National security special sensitive personnel. Peacetime security clearance issuing agency is the United States Defense Ministry Peacetime Office. And the notice is that the Postmaster, that office, and whoever is in that office is not subject to investigation. And that's in alignment with the higher level security clearances, because in order to obtain that security clearance, the background information has already been obtained and placed on the public record. So, and then another something that we want to place on the public record with regard to this same just one moment. We do have documentation that has already been proclaimed and stated by King County Superior Court, of which we are the head magistrate there, and the head justice, chief justice, also Thurston County Court, Superior Court, Pierce County Superior Court, Snohomish County Superior Court, and all others. And let's see what else we have. And just one moment, let's see if we can pull. Just one moment. Now, the final thing that we want to place on the public record regarding all that we've stated is we have updated the stamps that we use. And we want to ensure that everyone knows that these stamps have been updated. What they stated before, and you can go back and look at the previous demonstration that we did regarding the mailing process for the government. We've updated the postage that we use. No postage necessary when mailed in the United States. First class United States mail, statutory, non-domestic, fully prepaid. 12, statute at law, chapter 71, section 23, federal offense to collect additional postage. 18, United States Code 1726, and we are without the U.S. So those who are using the government process, that's all of the chief justices, all of the consuls, all of those who are postmasters and doing postmaster duties, please make this update to your stamps. We will place under this video a link to this particular set of stamps so that you can download them and use them as well. And finally, what we want to place on the public record here, Sovereign Postmaster General, this is a document that we put on the public record. We did have King County Superior Court stamp here January 19, 2022, and that was at 1221 Post Meridian. And then it was also notification was given to Thurston County Clerk, which is we're the head clerks, February the 2nd, 2022 as well. And so whenever we place documentation such as this on the public record, we also notify the courts on the land, the county courts on the land, so that their records can be updated as well. And you know, again, all Moors are sovereign postmasters. We are not at war. We know that this says Sovereign Postmaster General. That was the title that we stated. And for us, no title is a war title. We don't use nom de guerres, okay? We don't create nom de guerres. We create peace instruments. So with that being stated, I want to finally point out here regarding these bonds and, you know, the bonds that we've been placing on the public record. Please note that the bid bond is a work statement. Those in government contracting or those who have previously worked in the enacted corporate government in contracting will know what work statements are about. And so the bid bond is a work statement. The action bond is a United States Marshal possession and custody mandamus, or a bill of lading. And then the writ for entry to United States ports is the payment bond. with that being stated, we thank you for your time and for all that is being done earthwide in support of and for and by the original indigenous people. This court action stands and is the law. Amandico vobis quae cum que sumus veritas superterum erunt ligata et in coelo, et quae cum que sumus sol veritas superterum erunt soluto et in coelo. Amandico vobis quae cum que sumus veritas superterum erunt ligata et in coelo, et quae cum que sumus sol veritas superterum erunt soluto et in coelo. And once more, as it is a spell, Amandico vobis quae cum que sumus veritas superterum erunt ligata et in coelo, et quae cum que sumus sol veritas superterum erunt soluto et in coelo. That is to say, that is to state, whatsoever we bind on earth is bound in heaven, and whatsoever we loose on earth is loosed in heaven. And in the ancient Hermetic law, as above, so below. Lehaule wale kuata iala diala. Lehaule wale kuata iala diala. And once more, as it is a spell, lehaule wale kuata iala diala. That is to say that all strength and power is in all law, or Allah, or all of us. Oldim olderan gunalid mizit imangadoldran. Oldim olderan gunalid mizit imangadoldran. And once more, as it is a spell as well. Oldim olderan gunalid mizit imangadoldran. And that is Turkish for when we intend a thing, our command is be, and it is. And that concludes this Article 3, Ancient, Original, Indigenous, Sovereign Court Action, Islam. Peace and grand rising to all of risen humanity, Islam.